is either your favorite song or your favorite album, and why?
Wow. Geez, I've got a lot of great songs that I enjoy. I look at some of the Grateful Dead stuff, some Led Zeppelin. I mean, there's just some great artists. Um,
Boy, let's see. It's funny because it depends what genre we're talking, but I would say I kind of always liked the Beatles. I was a kid when they came out, a little kid, so they were the new hot thing, and so I always had sort of a love for those guys.
Probably between Oasis and Stereophonics. So I enjoy their music, and it's good. I like Kelly Jones. He just spun off with a group from the Stereophonics. They didn't break up, but he just left them to work with a group out of Austin, Texas, and they named their group Far From Saints.
That is tough. That's really tough. So if I go back to my college years and most of my life, it's been U2 and Joshua Tree, which is, so many memories.
Favorite band or album? Oh boy. I'm going to have to go back to the old days and say the one that I listen to the most is still Journey.
That's a really good one. I mean, my friends always make fun of me, but my first concert I ever went to was Coldplay. So from that, I've always enjoyed it. We won tickets. I can't even remember how. It was like back in high school. And we got like really close to the stage. I'm like, well, now I'm a fan forever because I was right there.
Oh boy, that's a tough one. But I would say probably having grown up, in the 80s and a lot of classic rock bands. One of my favorites is actually Rush.
Oh man. See, I have a very fluid taste in music. That's a really tough question. Probably my all-time favorite artist throughout their entire career has been Bruce Springsteen.
Oh man. Goodness. That's a hard one for me. Favorite band or album? Growing up, I don't know if it's got my favorite songs in it, but growing up, I listened to a lot of my dad's music, and one of the bands that I really loved, especially in high school, I really loved was Rush.
Let me see. Probably Eric Clapton is my favorite, and his Crossroads albums. I'm a blues guy I'm actually from Chicago.
Oh, I would probably have to say ZZ Top is one of my favorite bands. Obviously being from Texas, and believe it or not, one of the band members actually lives on the edge of my subdivision. It's actually Frank Beard, the drummer. So,
oh, wow. I think my favorite now is probably Vance Joy, and it's because it's my girlfriend and my song.
I guess I'll go with the music question. Currently, I've been listening a lot to a band called Parcels. They're like this little Australian group. I think they released their debut album 4 years ago.
So Scott, why don't you start?
Wow. I play guitar, so I listen to a lot of bands. I think the greatest band of all time is probably Led Zeppelin. Maybe House of the Holy, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of good ones out there. That one comes top to mind, though.
We're going to show our age, The album's Apple, and obviously it's by the Beatles. And there's, between them and Rolling Stones, I'm not sure which, but for now we'll just we'll stay safe and go with the Beatles.
Wow, that's a tough one because I like a lot of different types of music. I like blues, rock, classic, even bluegrass and other things like that. Anything that's authentic, I enjoy. And so I would say, man, one of the best pioneers and legends was Jimi Hendrix' Kiss the Sky.
I did ask David the question of this season, and that is, what is your favorite band or album and why? And he says that his favorite band and album is Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Damn the Torpedoes.
Oh, wow. You picked the right
Getting into music.
Oh, gosh. No, you picked the right one. I mean, we love Journey. absolutely love it. We just went to Toto and Journey and saw that, and it was probably a knockout. It was unbelievable.
Oh man. Gosh, I have a large variety of music that I like. It just depends whatever mood I'm in, right? So, but I kind of like the old stuff, right? I kind of like probably Marshall Tucker Band. I like a lot. I do.
So I think lately I've been listening to, I think it's called the Maverick Studio. I really like the song God Will Work It Out, because sometimes it's like there's so many things going on in life, you know what, where, and what to look at.
So I have a lot of favorite bands, and my music has kind of morphed over the years. You know, it used to be rock and roll. Now it's a little more country. But it's funny, I was just talking to my son last night, and the Police are probably one of my favorites.
In terms of music and genre, I have to go to my absolute favorite would be Pearl Jam.
Wow. Boy, you're talking to the wrong guy to get a popular answer, I can tell you that. Favorite is really a difficult thing. I think we talked about this last time. But if you want to talk about what I would listen to if I had anything in the whole world to listen to, probably my favorite band would be Gentle Giant.
Oh goodness. I will say Old English, because they wrote our wedding song with my wife.
You know, I mean, I listen to a lot of music, you know, pretty diverse. So I would say probably my favorite all-around artist, composer, keyboard, probably Elton John.
My favorite band, Eagles, all day long.
Eagles.
Man, I just saw them in concert in New Orleans. We were just talking about New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
I saw them there, and it was incredible.
That's an easy one for me. So my favorite band is OAR. Stands for Of a Revolution. They are kind of a jam rock band, similar to Dave Matthews Band.
My favorite band is a goth metal band by the name of Typo Negative. Been listening to them since I was 13 years old.
Right now, I don't know if he's considered a band, but it would probably have to be Ryan Bingham. He got really famous because of the Yellowstone show. And that happens to be filmed 10 miles away from our house.
Oh, you caught me off guard on that one. Oh, wow. That's a really good question. That's a loaded question. That could be a couple of different things, but I have to say this will probably be a little odd for some people. But I love a band called The Tower of Power.
That's a hard one. I have to say I probably listen more so to podcasts than listening to a lot of music, but I'd say as of recent, probably John Mayer. I just mellow, good, solid lyrics too.
Oh, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot here, James. I really don't have a favorite band. Typically, I'm in the car. I'm not listening to music. I'm typically on the phone answering questions from police departments. So there you go. So if there's no music in my car going on, I don't know. I really don't know. How about the Beatles?
Well, I've always been a Santana fan. So I started going to see him probably in my late 20s. And the first time I saw him was at an outdoor venue up on Long Island. And the music was perfect. It was one of those nights where the weather was good. The music was perfect.
All right. Band. Well, I'm a child of the 1980s. So yes, I'm young. I'm 37. I'll be 38 here in a couple months. I'm still in the under 40 crowd. For me, though, all-time favorite, I don't know if you've ever heard this one on the show, but the Beastie Boys.
Oh, man. Just off the cuff, I'd probably go Tom Petty.
Tom Petty? Nice. Yeah. You're the second one to say Tom Petty this year.
Yeah. I might be able to come up with another favorite, but just on the spot, that's where I'll go.